again, Nate Swaby here at CasaTank Realty and Swaby Estates. So today we're going to take a little drive out to a little more north of Brampton. There's another area here called Bolton. Most of you might have heard of this place. Now, Bolton is a very nice town. It's basically an up-and-coming town that's growing. It's a little more north, so there's a lot more mountainous range. You'll get some very beautiful houses that might be on like mountaintops, and there's community interconnected pathways and small parks. And it's got a little through town as well, which is really interesting, especially if you like little smaller towns and you want to be in a little quieter environment. Bolton is a very nice option. So we're going to go around here, we're going to take a look, and we're going to show you some properties in this area and give you a little idea as to what Bolton has to offer. Okay, so today we start out in Bolton, which is just a little more north of Brampton, as you can see here on the map. Now, Bolton belongs to the town of Caledon. It is, of course, north again of Brampton, so it is in the Peel region as well. Bolton is now becoming a nice town, a little bit more northern, so it's more of a suburb, and it does have its potential. So it is growing. There's a lot more development coming into the area of Bolton as well. Now, as you can see, for example, the 7-story, 140-unit retirement home on the right-hand side. And it also does have an additional 60 condominium townhome units coming in right in the area as well. Now, what you'll notice as we enter into Bolton is you're going to see a lot of homes that have been here for a while. They're older homes. However, you're also going to see a lot more modern homes coming in as we pass down street to street. And what that can tell you a little bit more about Bolton is that there is a desire to live here. The reason being is houses are now being knocked out and redeveloped, and when that happens, it shows the demand for the area. Now, obviously, the area, the land value has more value than per se the house that's on it. Now, for some of you that might be interested in perhaps building equity in your property, if you were to say build on a street that happens to have a lot of this redevelopment happening, this could be very, very lucrative for you. It could build value in your home, not to mention the street value of the entire street. These are all great prospects. Now, in Bolton, you can find areas with lot sizes that are quite large. So it gives you a lot of area to work with. Obviously, the home on the lot can be of larger size. Older property in the area, say 9,000 square feet, which isn't too uncommon in a place like Bolton. These prices can range anywhere from $800 to $900, even $1 million. And you'll get about 4 bedrooms in there. Maybe you get a +1 with a finished basement, perhaps. Now, as you can see on the left-hand side is a beautiful modern style home, and of course that was a redevelopment. On the right-hand side coming up, you can see another property, very large lot, and the property is very beautiful, another modern size home. Now, these are properties that are being bought and then knocked out and then redeveloped into these newer home styles. Now, Bolton's a very nature-esque type town. It does have a lot of forestry around it. And just in the immediate area, Bolton has at least 20 parks. And of course, there's a lot of parks that are nearby in the adjacent cities as well. Now, for those of you that have children, there is about 10 schools in the immediate area of where we are right now in Bolton. Okay, so we're just coming up here again to one of the main streets, which is King Street West, and we're just going to speed up and head to another little area. Okay, so as you can see here on the left-hand side, there is a new redeveloped property. Again, you're going to see a lot of this happening on these streets. You have older homes that are now being redeveloped. Now, these homes being redeveloped, the newer, say, detached homes, they'll have anywhere from 6,500 square feet. That'll, get you out to about $1 million, $1.1 million. And again, about 4 bedrooms. Again, you might have a finished basement, driveway, backyard space. You might even have a swimming pool in the backyard, as the lots are quite large. Now, an interesting little fact about Bolton. Bolton used to be called Bolton Mills. It was basically founded in 1822. James Bolton, which helped build the flour mill for his relatives. By 1857, Bolton was a village of population of about 700 people. And of course, the town nestles quite nicely right off of the Humber River, of course. Now, Bolton doesn't just have detached homes, they also have semi-detaches. Condominiums are starting to become an interest in the Bolton area. A semi-detached can range size of say 1,400 square feet. Price range would be anywhere from the $600,000 and $700,000 range. That might get you a 2-bedroom semi-townhome. Now again, just back to Bolton and the parks and the nature. Now Bolton has also the interconnected pathways, some of which will interconnect through most and almost all of the subdivisions in this area, which is fantastic if you like, taking walks. Maybe you have pets, you have a dog, or you like to hike or bike ride. This gives you great accessibility to most of the city, and of course it will connect you right downtown to the center, which is about King Street and Queen. Now this area of Bolton does have a fairly large park. You'll have a lot of people out this way just doing, exercise, and you'll have lots of teams come out this way in the summer. This is where they'll probably play a lot of their games. There's also an interconnected path entrance here into the forest. So if you do like to, do a little bit of a hiking, you'll see here on the right-hand side, that's an entrance way to that forest. Now this particular area in Bolton is something of a vantage point, which tends to follow with a lot of very nice homes, large lot sizes, as the backside of the properties have a very great view of most of the Bolton, as well as the park we had just passed. Houses in this area can range anywhere from 1.3 million up to 2.5 million and up from there very easily. Now, as you can see, there's some open land ahead of us here. Soon that will be developed at some point. But across from that, you see a lot more subdivisions going in. So again, this is the west side of Bolton, and there is a lot of development happening as we speak all over, but this is the west side, and that is some of the newer subdivisions going in across the street. So as we leave Chickadee Lane here, we're moving into another subdivision. This subdivision, a lot of the homes in this area were built in and around the 1990s. So a lot of the houses here have been around for a little bit, but they're middle-aged relative to some of the older homes off of King Street. Now, detached in this area will range you anywhere from 900 to $1 million. And a lot of these areas here as well tend to have housing with about 4 bedrooms, 3 to 4 bedrooms, and range square footage wise, you're talking in a range of about 5,000 to 6,000 square feet for the entire lot size. So if you have kids, perhaps, you got a lot of backyard space or even front yard space for the kids to play. So now this area here is the corner of King and Queen. This is the centerville of Bolton in the northern side. And of course, this is where most of the businesses are. So we'll just take a quick left here. We're just gonna wrap around and kind of come down going south on Queen Street to kind of give you a little bit of more sense of the center core of Bolton. Okay, so cranes in the area in the background there, that's always a good sign. There's development happening. And as you can see, this is more of the center core going south on Queen Street. And we'll make our way to King Street and we'll take a left so that we can see a little bit more of Bolton. Now a little bit more on this side of King Street is a little bit more of the original homes from when Bolton first started. We are going to take a road here that's going to take us down some older homes closer to the ravine lots. We'll just hang a little U-turn at the end of the street. Okay, so here we are again on the east side now of Bolton. As you can see on the left-hand side, there is a few redeveloped properties. These lots have been purchased and knocked out and redeveloped. Now on the east side of Bolton over here, there is a little bit more redevelopment. There's a little bit more larger size homes due to the fact that the Humber River actually flows a little bit more through the east side. And wherever there's nature, wherever there's water, ravines, rivers, mountaintops, you'll tend to find larger homes or more expensive type homes. Or even in this case, redeveloped homes due to the fact that people want to have these areas. So we're going to do a little U-turn here as this is a roundabout street. Another beautiful street with some very unique homes. Of course, people are building with all this nice mountaintop area. Did a little U-turn here. We're going to head back to King Street again, and we're going to go down one more neighborhood just to kind of show you the northern side of King Street. The houses in this area off of Evan Ridge tends to be in the price range of about 900 to a million, even $1,000,001. Now, these houses are fairly new. They started building in around the 2004-2005 area. And back when these were being constructed, you probably could have got a house like this in the $500,000 to $600,000 range. Now, as you can see, this neighborhood is on an elevation, so they are kind of on an elevated plateau, which is kind of nice. You kind of get the mountaintop view as well. For some of these houses, their backyards get a great view of the Bolton area. Now, just a little more north of this area here is a lot more open land. You'll find a lot more development happening, and that'll be up and coming and continue on down for several years, as they do have a lot more land north of here. Okay, so Crestwood Road will be one of the last roads that we're going to be on in this part of the subdivisions. Now, what's beautiful about Crestwood Road is it's actually got some people that are privileged to have a beautiful view of the south side of Bolton, as this side has the mountain brow. So we'll take a drive down this road, and we'll let you guys take a look at some of the housing here before we reach our intersection to get to our main road. Okay, here we are at Humberley Road. So we're just taking this back down the mountain, back to King Street, where we'll take a left and head out to the country. Okay, so now we're just heading east out of Bolton. This is the edge or the outskirts of Bolton. And as you'll see here, there's a lot of beautiful homes as well. And there's homes on the bottom side, there's homes on the top side, and this is Bolton. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the ride. And again, Bolton, north of Brampton. Okay, so as you can see, Bolton's a nice and up and coming town. You got the little village kind of style in the center, like a main street going through with the town there. You got the mountainous range as well, where you get beautiful views depending on the property that you have of the city, and perhaps you can even get as far out into the Toronto region and see that as well. You got the river-based properties as well. You got development happening all over. You got houses being knocked out and redeveloped. That might be something you want to consider if you're looking for a house with houses being rebuilt and redeveloped. That adds a great deal of value to your property, and not to mention the street. So that might be something of interest in terms of investing. If you like to have the parks and the interconnected pathways and the rivers running through the city, these are also great things that are going on in Bolton right now. So if you did like anything that you did see here in Bolton, feel free to reach out. If you do have any questions about new development coming in, feel free as well. You can always leave a post or comment. Of course, I'll leave some information in the description on how you can get in touch with me. My name again is Nate Swaby at CasaTank Realty and Swaby Estates. Again, keep an open mind and happy hunting. All the best.